Это грубая, наглая ложь.
As Joseph Goebbels used to say back in the day, the more incredible the lie, the faster people will believe it. Everything they do is only to continue the confrontation with Russia and to justify excessive spending from their states' budgets, with dipping into the pockets of taxpayers in European countries.
Ukraine has sent its operators of unmanned systems, unmanned aerial vehicles, to the territory of Latvia. Accordingly, it plans to strike Russian territory. If such launches are recorded by our side, what response can we expect?
All places from which a direct military threat to Russia originates are legitimate targets.
On TV, Vladimir Putin issues a direct and chilling warning to the West, following closely on the heels of his aide's earlier word of caution that many had already dismissed as mere rhetoric. The Russian president now openly outlines a clear plan of action, spelling out how Moscow will respond if its military bases are threatened, leaving no doubt about the seriousness of his message. Putin drops this latest warning at the very moment NATO is scrambling to boost its defenses, as alliance members rush through new deployments and emergency contingency plans across Europe. Moscow sees red and publicly threatens Trump's administration, reacting angrily as the United States sends more troops to Poland and pushes its military footprint ever closer to Russia's borders. Commentators now warn that the entire European continent could be edging to the brink of a new war, after Washington's latest moves have deeply angered Moscow and raised the stakes dramatically. The big question tonight is stark: will Russia bomb Europe next, as tensions spiral out of control, with Putin revealing his full plan if he believes Russian soil or bases are attacked?
As for the statements by European politicians that they are preparing for war with Russia, that is nonsense. This is being done, allegedly, in connection with Russia's aggressive plans towards Western European countries. This is a lie, a blatant, brazen lie. As Joseph Goebbels used to say back in the day, the more incredible the lie, the faster people will believe it. These are precisely the standards that Western politicians and mass media are introducing into their daily practice. Russia has never had any aggressive intentions towards European countries. And the tragedy unfolding in Ukraine is their doing. It is the result of their policy, because it was they who led to the state coup in Kiev in 2014. They have brought about the current tragedy. And now they are trying to shift the blame, to show that Russia is the aggressive one. No, this is their policy, from the very first step, when they deceived us that there would never be any expansion, that NATO would supposedly not take a single step eastward, right up to the tragedy in Ukraine with the state coup. This is all the result of their policy. Let them not deceive their own people. Russia has never threatened and does not threaten European countries. Everything they do is only to continue the confrontation with Russia and to justify excessive spending from their states' budgets, with dipping into the pockets of taxpayers in European countries.
Ukraine has sent its operators of unmanned systems, unmanned aerial vehicles, to the territory of Latvia. Accordingly, it plans to strike Russian territory. If such launches are recorded by our side, what response can we expect?
All places from which a direct military threat to Russia originates are legitimate targets. Certain contacts with Ukraine are maintained. I will not hide it, but there are no negotiations as such. Although we are ready to talk, we have never refused negotiations. We have not stopped them. We are ready for their proposal. They, the Baltic states, have the means to level Russian air defense bases in Kaliningrad. Russia has all the means to level anyone who tries to do that. I think those in the European Union are right who say that they themselves must determine the negotiator. We do not appoint one for them. When I proposed Mr. Schroeder, I meant that he was a person who could be trusted. Do you understand? They hang all sorts of labels on him there, that he is my friend and so on. Yes, we are friends with him, and why hide it? What is wrong with that? Is that bad? But it does inspire a certain degree of trust. At the same time, despite our friendship with him, he always, and I want to emphasize this, I want it to be known both here and in Germany, he always acted in the national interests of the German people and the German state. We do not determine that. I just offered, for example, Schroeder, or someone like him. It is not our job to determine the negotiator. But naturally, we can decide whether to meet with someone of current Western European politics or not. That is our right. We will see. They have not proposed anyone yet. Whether they will or not, we will also see, as well as whether we need to meet with some politician proposed, or not, whether we can trust him in anything or not. We held talks in Minsk back in the day and signed the Minsk agreements. But now we learn that they were signed in order to buy time, to arm Ukraine, but not in order to resolve all emerging issues by peaceful means, that thing we have always strived for and are ready for even now. Now that is indeed enough. Thank you very much.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.